Have you ever wondered when you tap a link on your phone, how Android instantly knows whether to open Chrome, YouTube, or some other app? Today we'll go inside Android OS all the way to the system server and understand how intent resolution really works. Now, what exactly is an intent? An intent is basically just a message. It says what you want to do, not who exactly should do it. For example, you want to open a web page, share an image, or dial a number. There are two types of intents. One is explicit intent, or the exact activity is known, and the other is implicit intent, where Android has to decide. And that decision process is what we call intent resolution. Now, where does this intent resolution actually happen? Here's something important. It doesn't happen inside your app. It happens inside the system server process, mainly in two core services, the Activity Task Manager service and the Package Manager service. Your app just makes the request. Android OS is the one that decides. Looking at the big picture, when your app calls start activity, Android does 5 major steps internally before any UI opens. It crosses the process boundary using binder IPC, does security validation, resolves the intent using intent filters, applies default rules and app links, and finally launches the target activity. Let's break it down step by step. First, your app calls start activity intent. It goes through instrumentation, crosses into system server using binder IPC. Then the Activity Task Manager service acts like a security guard, checking if the calling UID is valid, if the activity is exported, if the required permissions are there, and if background launch is allowed. If anything fails, Android blocks the launch right there. Next, the Package Manager service runs the intent resolution logic. All the intent filters are already in memory, so Android doesn't have to scan manifest at runtime, which is why it's fast. Now, one important detail, start activity automatically adds category default. Only activities that declare this category can handle implicit intents. This prevents exposing internal activities and improves security and user experience. Forgetting category defaults is a common Android bug. Finally, once the target activity is selected, if the process is running, Android will reuse it. Otherwise, Zygote will fork a new process, and then the lifecycle methods like onCreate, onStart, and onResume will run. So just remember, intent resolution happens in the system server, not in your app, and Android follows strict rules before opening any app.